So now that we've seen the difference between creationism on the one hand and evolutionary theory on the other, and the difference between those and intelligent design, we can look at some arguments for intelligent design. And one of the primary arguments for intelligent design is the idea that there are certain structures that we find in living things that are irreducibly complex, which means that the kind of complexity they have, the kind of complexity displayed by these structures and organisms cannot be explained by a purely naturalistic development, say natural selection plus drift or any of the other mechanisms for evolutionary theory. One of the old examples is the structure of the eye. It's an example from the late 19th century and early 20th century. It's not so much used by intelligent design advocates today, but it does a good job, I think, of characterizing the topic of irreducible complexity. So a system is irreducibly complex if and only if it has multiple parts that work together in order for the system to provide its function or whatever it's supposed to do. And those parts, if you take any one of them away, it will not do what it is supposed to do. So an eye won't function properly if you take out the retina. It won't function properly if you take out the lenses. It won't function properly if you take out pretty much any part of it. The other sorts of biological structures that intelligent design advocates point to indicate irreducible complexity include things like the flagellum, which is the part of a bacterium that powers the bacterium through whatever medium it's moving through. It's something like a motor or a propeller for a bacterium. It also has multiple interlocking parts, and if you take one of those parts away, then it ceases to function. So the argument for intelligent design by intelligent design advocates that appeals to irreducible complexity goes like this. It cannot be that each of the parts of this mechanism evolved independently, because there's no fitness, no benefit that you get from having the individual parts one by one. It's only when the individual parts are working functionally together as a unit that you get some benefit from this structure, say being able to see if we're talking about an eye, or being able to move if we're talking about a bacterial flagellum. So it doesn't seem possible to explain, according to natural selection alone, how these structures came about, how they arose, because it doesn't seem like their parts provide any benefit to the organism. And without any benefit, there's no way to explain why those parts came about, or why they stayed, or why they eventually were utilized as part of this complex mechanism. Okay, so that's the primary argument for intelligent design. The intelligent designer says that when it comes to irreducibly complex features like an eye or a flagellum, you have to explain those by the interaction or intervening of an intelligent designer in the development of life. And if you look through various biological organisms all over the world, you see lots of structures that seem to be irreducibly complex, and intelligent design advocates have a wide range of phenomena that they can point to here for irreducible complexity.